I go to his house to pick him up. He came out with like 2 fat girls and 3 little kids. They all got in my car. It was leaning too. I was worried about my struts.
It was only 2 people.
I know a lot of strippers.
You don't necessarily pick up points because you know a lot of strippers.
She had a parking violation, point blank, period.
I'll supply my own punctuation. Period.
Former lawyer, mayor, and talk show host. Now, he's Judge Jerry Springer. Plaintiff Ramona Davis claims she sold her car to the defendant, but instead of paying for it, he stole the title and tried to sell it to someone else. She's suing for $700. Defendant Justin Nash claims the car was totaled and towed before he could finish paying it off. He says he owes nothing.
Truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Case number 149 on the docket, Davis versus Nash.
Okay, let's see what we have here. We have the plaintiff, Ms. Davis, and you are suing the defendant, Mr. Nash, for $700 for unpaid car balance and an inconvenience fee.
Yes. You already said why we're here, but we are here because this bum still owes me the remaining balance for a car that I sold, yes.
You dark-sided. You're
most
ratchet.
Definitely.
All right.
Anyways,
Go ahead.
I was on Facebook in the marketplace selling my 2002 Hyundai Elantra, which I have photos of right here.
Okay.
I noticed that Justin made a post stating that he needed a ride. So I hopped in his inbox seeing where he was on the south side. I don't do the south side. That's too far. So I offered to sell him my car.
When you say he needed a ride like that day?
Yeah, like that day. He ain't had no car.
Oh, okay, like getting a cab or an Uber or whatever.
He couldn't afford that, needed a ride. So I offered to sell him one of my cars. I was staying with my aunt. I only had enough room for several amount of cars, so that one was gonna get towed by the landlord. Decided to sell it to him.
And you said, here's the car?
Yes, and this is also the agreement. He offered to get rid of one of his phones to make the down payment for a car, which was $380. I agreed to that. I said, okay, if you want this, here you go. He was fine with that.
When you say to get rid of one of his phones, to give you the phone or to sell
He was gonna sell his phone
and the
to
money
get
he
the
got
money
for
to pay me.
The down payment.
Exactly.
So the down payment towards the $700.
Right, which was supposed to be $380.
It's only gonna be $380 if that's cool. I should learn this. UOTW?
On the way.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nice. Good job, Judge. Good job.
Okay, so you just, all right, so you've agreed on this part. Now go ahead.
I go to his house to pick him up. He didn't come out by himself. He came out with like 2 fat girls and 3 little kids. Okay?
2 fat girls?
Yes.
And 2
And like 3
kids.
little kids. They didn't have no car seats, no, none of that. I did not want to do none of that.
They didn't all get in the car.
They all got in my car. It was leaning too. I was worried about my struts.
It was only 2 people.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, 2. One of her by herself is 2 people.
Did you balance the car out by having them sit on
I
different
just,
sides?
you know, I got a little strength, so, I got to ride like this. Leaning like this ain't going to keep the car balanced, but I made it work.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll take him to Walmart, because he had to go to Walmart, to get the money off the card. It wasn't even $380. He came out to the car and said, well, $230 do.
It was $280. Yeah. It was $280.
It was $230.
It was $280.
$230.
That's a lie.
Whatever it is, you still
telling them lies.
Okay, but whatever.
You can tell them
It was a
lies.
certain amount of money in the 200s, and you gave it to her?
Yes.
Okay, so that's the down payment for the car?
Yes.
Now where are we?
We get back to my house.
Go get the car.
Go get the car. I take everything out of my car that,
Yeah. And
give him the keys.
And the 2 women?
Yeah. They all still there. I told him he could not get the title until he finished paying off the remaining balance.
That makes sense.
Before he leaves, I tell him, since he was going through a lot at that time, I wasn't, excuse my language, I wasn't messed up. So I told him, coming up Friday, you don't have to pay me anything. You can just wait till the next Friday.
Very nice.
So that next Friday roll around, he didn't come out and pay me. His girlfriend did.
Anyway, they bought you, how much did they bring you?
It still didn't matter, but okay, he was supposed to give me $100. I had to take her to go cash her check, still doing rides. I had to take her to go cash her check. She come out with $97. So I'm like, where the other $3 at? She like, oh, well, I had to cash my check, so they took out $3. This is all I got.
So far, you're saying you got $230, and then you got a week, 2 weeks later, a week later from her sister, $97. So now we're up to $327 for a $700 car.
Right.
Okay, now what?
That next week come around, I asked him, okay, where's the other payment? He out of town. I hit him again. He still ain't in Milwaukee. I hit him the next time. Oh, your car got towed, and since I ain't got the title, I can't get your car out the tow. Okay, well, give me my keys. I can go get my own car out. I ain't got that either.
Oh.
I called the Milwaukee City Tow Line. They have no recollection of my car. It has not been salvaged, none of that. I get off work one day. I'm stuck in the snow. So one of my neighbors come help me. We get to, trying to get my car out. She talking to me. She like, yeah, by the way, you should watch your back. I was being followed. I was being watched.
So you assume it was me?
First of all, I'm finna get to that in a minute.
I ain't no get to
When
that.
I look
This a
on the
courtroom?
cameras.
This is a courtroom, right?
Yep, sure
We
is.
supposed to be telling the truth, right?
Yep.
Because this ain't.
Most definitely is.
You ain't telling the truth.
Anyway,
this a bar.
Judge Jerry.
This a bar, because this is no truth. No truth being
Anyways,
told.
like I was saying.
So now you, all of a sudden,
yeah.
you can't find your car.
Yeah.
Where's your title?
Oh, I can get to that. It was in my Chevy that got broken into. This is the same car that I took him in to go handle his business. A week later,
You kept
my
the
car got
title
broken
of
into.
the car that he has.
Yes, he did not pay me for that.
Right. So you weren't going to give the title until it's the $700 is paid up.
Exactly.
I get that. And in the meantime, the title was in this other car of yours.
In this car right
In the
here.
glove compartment or something.
Yes, this car got broken into.
And it got broken into?
Yes.
And what happened?
And the only thing that's missing out of my car is the title to the Hyundai Elantra.
Oh,
Not the
so
title to the Chevy. I had that in the car, money, and I had my whole key ignition in that car.
So the only thing they took out of the car they broke into was the title to the car that he's driving.
Exactly.
Okay. Now, where do you pick up the story?
Where I pick up the story, she lied.
Okay.
Everything was a lie.
Okay,
So,
what's your side?
Broken in a car, like I'm not that petty. I don't break in cars.
No,
Like it's a title though, for real though.
Okay, well,
Okay,
if it was
you're
a
not
title,
being
you should have paid me
accused.
my money
You're
to
not
get the
being-
little
Come on
title.
now, though. I'm not finna steal it. I'm honest though. Like I'll pay you your money for
You
real.
can't
I'm
steal it.
honest
You know
though.
what
So
I'm
at
about?
the end of the day,
Okay,
at the end of the day,
hold
I'm not finna steal no title because she's lying. She took me to Walmart. I paid $380 though. I know what I paid $280 the first time, and then she went and got the $97. They took the $3 off for cash and check. Yeah, that's true. But at the end of the day, like I got in a car accident in a car. And it got towed.
Oh, you got into a car accident. You ain't tell me none of that.
I did tell you.
You ain't tell me none of that.
I did tell you. If
said
you
it
listen,
got towed.
if you
It was
listen,
parked somewhere,
if you
didn't
listen,
have
All
to-
right,
if
let
you
him
listen,
talk. Let him
if you
talk.
would've
Go
listened
ahead.
to it,
But anyway,
that's right.
you do have to pay her.
So she I'm gonna get my money one way or another, and then she like get my keys back. So you basically implying like you finna get the money and the car. Like this, it's not gonna work like that. Like either you gonna get the money or you gonna get the car back. It's either or. But I told her that I got in an accident and it was towed. Like cause I called and I knew where it
Who
was
has
at.
the title to the car?
She have the title to the car.
Not no more after my windows got busted
Well,
out
we
and
don't
the title
know
got
who
took.
in the world got the title. Superman
Yeah,
got
you
it.
got the
heard me?
title 'cause you
Superman
resold
got
the
it. He-
car.
I ain't-
What
come
about
on
this
now.
reselling
Ain't nobody
the
got
car?
the title. I ain't sell no car.
I was looking on Facebook
No
to
car
buy another
sold.
car.
Okay, hold on.
Just so happened, I come across the same picture that I took of the car. So I inboxed the guy like, are you sure?
How many cars?
He posted that it was a 2005 Hyundai Elantra for sale
I
for
posted.
$750. So I inboxed him like, okay, are you sure it's a 05? He like, yeah. Since I know what's wrong with the car, I put tape, yeah, it's a trapper, because it was sitting for so long that the back of the fender rusted out, so I put flex tape on it.
Yeah.
So I asked for that specific back picture of that car. He said he couldn't send it to me because he was selling it for him.
He told you he was selling it for him?
Yep, I told him, I said, well, sir, that car is mine. I reported that car stolen. He said, oh, I don't have anything to do with it. I was just selling it for my friend Justin because he said he don't be on Facebook like that.
Selling a car? I needed the car. Why would I sell a car if I need the car?
Them the same pictures of my
No,
car.
they ain't.
That's the picture that I took.
It's multiple.
That's the
It's
pictures
multiple
that I
Hyundai.
took.
It's multiple
This
cars
is
that
the
look like
picture
this in the
that
world.
he
You
put-
feel me?
you can't sit
This
here
ain't,
and
this
tell
ain't a
me that
one of a
that ain't my
kind.
car.
This is not a one of a kind.
So it does look like, just looking at the pictures, it's the same car. It's what she's saying. However this happened, you said you were in an accident,
Yeah.
but this other fellow who she talked to on the phone is on Facebook selling that car.
Who was the other fella? I don't hang with.
So you have to give her the rest of the $700. That then is your business. What what you do with it. In terms of your relationship, she sold it to you for $700. You've already paid her either $327 or $357, depending on whether it was $280. So you owe still about $350. So
Actually,
with
we did make an
$350, this whole case is over. You've got your money, and you've got to deal with who's ever trying to sell that car.
I'm actually suing for $700 because I'm out of a car. If you would have told me the truth that you got into a car accident, then I would have took it at that. But he lied and said the car got towed.
Okay,
So
I
technically you still
understand
had a
you're
whole car to joyride in.
I understand you're angry at him for lying. But that right now is a separate issue. The legal issue is you sold him a car. All this other drama, you agreed to sell him the car for $700. If he gets that $700 to you, the deal is over. You may never talk to him again. You don't ever want to be around him again. That's all between you guys. But the truth is, as long as you get your $700, that's what you sold it for. Everything else that happened since is irrelevant to the legal case. I fine for you in the sum of $350.
I will never help anyone else after this. I ain't got no friends. I don't want no friends. Don't need no friends. I'm good.
My page is no longer active. I ain't had a page since then. Like, I don't get on Facebook. I don't block people. I'm not bothered.
You don't get on Facebook, but you got on Facebook that day to ask for a ride.
That's when the last time I had a Facebook.
Oh.
Come on now, stop playing.
Plaintiff Crystal Bradford claims the defendant hit her car door and refused to pay for the damage. She's suing for $2,042. Defendant Prince Richardson claims the accident was the plaintiff's fault, so he doesn't owe her anything.
Testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Case 57 on the docket, Bradford versus Richardson.
Okay, and welcome. Let's see what we have here. We have the plaintiff, Ms. Bradford. You are suing the defendant, Mr. Richardson, in the amount of $2,042 for car damage. Tell me, what's going on?
I'm an Uber driver,
Yes.
and Mr. Richardson is a Lyft driver.
Okay.
On the day of the accident, I was dropping off a passenger at a strip club.
One of the strippers, or?
She was a dancer. As Mr. Richardson come flying past as she was opening up the door, it hit the car
I
door.
object. I wasn't flying past at all. I slowly drove
All
my
the damage
car.
that you did is
Okay,
more.
now, do you have a video of any of this, or?
Yes, do you mind if I can show you on the
Yes.
monitor?
Go ahead. Now, which car are you?
I am the blue car.
Yes.
This is the strip club,
Yep.
and this is Mr. Richardson's car. He come flying past, hit the passenger door.
All right. So she was getting out. So you pulled over into that lane. She said, "Let me out here," and she opened the door. And when
And as soon as she opened the door, he come flying past and hit the door.
Okay, now what
speeding.
happened?
So then he said, "My bad. I thought I had enough room to get through.
yeah,
I have full coverage. Let's change the information."
okay,
Took pictures of the damages as well.
yeah,
And the very next day, I called his insurance.
I clearly told her to call her own insurance. I don't know why she called my insurance, but that's on her. Now, the
No,
scenario
you
is...
admitted to it. You said, "Don't worry, my bad. I got full
No,
coverage."
Okay,
say
just
that.
talk to me.
My
Okay.
situation is she's an Uber driver. I'm a Lyft driver. Now, I ended up pulling up. Can I show you on the diagram what
yes.
happened?
Let's go back to the diagram.
All right. I ended up pulling up. Now, I'm sure everybody can clearly see the person
There are
that
more
sticks
cars
out.
in your diagram.
Period. So the situation is, whatever she said was going on, she told me that this is her first time dropping somebody off at this strip club. Okay, cool. So you don't really know how things work over there.
Yeah.
I'm used to dropping people off at the strip club constantly. I got a best friend. She comes from Lansing. I drop her off in Detroit, and then I start Lyft driving out there while she in the club. And then around 2, 3 o'clock, when she gets out the club, I swing right back around, pick her up, and stuff like that. I know a lot of strippers, because after dropping her off, I'll turn on my app, and I will have a situation.
Yeah, you don't
in which-
necessarily pick up points because you know a lot of strippers, but then,
I'm just saying, every time I pull up, there's always a VIP person coming up to me saying, do you want to park your car, so and so. I'm so well known that they don't ask me that no more. What she doesn't understand is that this right here is a one-way situation where people on this
so
side of the
that
traffic,
yellow and green car there, they're coming.
they're going the opposite direction in which
There
she's
was
driving.
no cars at the
She's
time
parking.
when I was parked.
Okay.
There
Yeah,
was no
I got
cars
evidence.
there.
I got evidence that there was a car
It
parked
was
on the opposite
not.
direction of her car. Now, I'm behind her for like 3 minutes. Her car is kitty corner. It's not straight. It's kitty corner. She had a parking violation, point blank, period.
Not
on the
true.
wrong side of the road, parked on this side. These cars are apparently facing down this way. You see this car is going this way. You're supposed to, if you're gonna drop somebody off, you're supposed to at least face this way or park on this side. She parked on this side, there's no way we could have gotten to this collision because I would have waited for her to finish what she had to do. So I beat my horn as I was making the evasive maneuver around her parking violation. And as I slowly drove around her car, her passenger did not look behind her when she was getting out the car. And she shouldn't be getting out on this side anyways, because that's where traffic is. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So she ended up opening her door while I was slowly passing by and it hit my rear view mirror on the left side. And I got evidence. I got evidence of the cars that were parked facing her car. I took pictures at that scene. I don't wait and move my car and then take pictures. No, I took pictures at the scene. This is what this is right here.
He didn't do it right then when it happened. We pulled over.
I have pictures.
We pulled over.
You can clearly see that there's a line dividing her car on the other side of the traffic compared to where she was supposed to be parking on the right side.
Okay.
My insurance literally told me that she was at fault.
So you were driving just some customer that was going to the strip club?
Yeah, I've never been there. I didn't know where the door was.
I understand.
Period.
I'm listening to her. Stop me here. That's all I know. So that's where I was.
If you are opening a door to a car, the responsibility is always on the person opening the door to the car not to open it
It's clear, which she did.
where there's oncoming traffic, which she did.
Which she did.
And she was in your car.
That is correct.
Okay, and he was in the lane he's supposed to be in.
Period.
So because he's in the lane, I'll supply my own punctuation.
Now you see what I have to go through.
Okay.
He's very disrespectful.
I do not
Very disrespectful.
Okay, period.
Period. Big facts.
I cannot find the defendant liable for a lane that he was. Are you one of the dancers at the club?
I do dance. I do dance, but I'm not a stripper, no.
Yeah. Well, on behalf
We need
of
to take
all
him
of us.
seriously, because it's serious to me.
Yeah, on behalf of all
I
of us.
lost money because I can't even drive now. And you think it's funny.
Why
It's
can't
not
you drive?
funny.
Okay.
It's not a joke.
Okay.
I have a child with special needs that needs me.
Okay.
I'm sorry to hear that.
You come to the court, though, and the court can only deal with what the law is and apply it justly. You basically got hurt because this customer of yours opened the door when she was not supposed to open the door. So I can't say he's going to pay all this money because he didn't do anything wrong.
Even though he hit me?
Yes, because the door should not have been opened. Case dismissed.
So this is not a person that wasn't speeding. Seriously.
No.
So you negligent that way as well. I just don't understand how somebody can be disrespectful and not have some type of responsibility for the damages they done to my vehicle.
It's parked on the wrong side of the road.
I've never been there. I didn't know where to park. I've been listening to the dancer. Drop me off here.
Right, but at the end of the day, you're the driver, so you got to make sure you take responsibilities for your actions. If a dancer told you to pull on the other side of the road where, I don't know, there's traffic and you're on a freeway and then she wants you to drive on the wrong side of the freeway, are you going to do that? Or are you going to take
That's
the
not
proper...
the same.
Are you going to take the proper
Stop being
protocol?
condescending.
Thanks for watching. Now please approach the bench. The way I look at it, you have two options here. Option A, watch more Judge Jerry. Option B, watch more Jerry Springer. The choice is yours. Now get out of my courtroom. You have more clips to watch. And don't forget to subscribe.